Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. You know, I just realized I gotta change my calendar. Today is July 21st, which just happens to be my half birthday. People always think I'm crazy when I talk about half birthdays, but my sister's birthday is just 4 days before Christmas. So growing up, you know, she'd get the birthday presents with the Christmas wrapping paper and everything. So my family started when we were young celebrating our half birthdays. So in the summer, we'd get a cake on our half birthday and all the things. So today's my half birthday. Just noticed that. Wanted to tell y'all. But I've got some things on my mind and I just want to kind of pop in and share with you all in case maybe you're kind of going through the same stage of life or you're just feeling completely overwhelmed with all that's on your plate. And I feel like I've talked about this before, but you know when people used to say, "How are you?" and everyone would answer, "Fine." Whether you're fine or not, most of the times you weren't, right? But that's just what you say. It's just like that gut instinct, you just fine. And now what do people say? "How are you?" "Oh, busy." Like busy is the new fine. Busy is everybody's busy. That's the thing. You don't have to say busy because everybody's busy. That's just kind of implied. But what I hate so much is that I feel like people really wear busy as a badge of honor. They think, "I'm so busy. I have all this stuff on my plate. I'm doing all the things." And I just wanted to pop in and say, you don't have to do all the things. You don't have to say yes to everything in life. You don't have to be Superman or Superwoman all the time. It is okay to draw boundaries in your life. It is okay to say no to things. You don't have to be on all the committees. You don't have to coach all your kids' teams. You don't have to say yes to every single project at work and, you know, be on the potluck committee and this and that and all the things. You don't have to. Because what I've learned, especially this year, probably in about January, I realized I am taking on way too much in life. I need to draw boundaries. I have to protect my peace. You have to do in life what is best, first and foremost, for you, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Because if you aren't taking care of you, first and foremost in life, you are no good to anybody else around you. So I'm giving you permission to say no to things. You don't have to say yes to every single opportunity, happy hour invitation, camping trip. You don't have to say yes to every single thing that comes your way unless you want to. But I think so many times in life, I know me personally, I would say yes to all the things out of obligation. I am a recovering people pleaser, I like to say, because my whole life, I will make myself miserable. I will make myself uncomfortable. I will make myself buried and overwhelmed as long as I feel like I'm not disappointing people, as long as I feel like I'm not letting people down. And honestly, all that got me was completely stressed. My mental, emotional, physical health all suffered because of it. And I'm still working on it. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I find myself bending over backwards for people a lot, but now I'm more aware of it and I can recognize it and step back and say no when I have to. But you don't have to do all the things all the time. It's not even possible to do all the things all the time because when we are taking on all of these tasks, when we're multitasking, we think that we're being like super productive and, you know, I can do all the things, I can take them on, I can accomplish it all. Reality kind of shows that you're not. When you're kind of half-assing everything, where does that get you? Nowhere. And I'm reading this book, The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod, and it has been so awesome. And I started a new chapter this morning, and the quote, like they have a big quote at the beginning of each chapter, and the one today said, "Your work life is divided into two distinct areas, what matters most and everything else. You will have to take what matters to the extremes and be okay with what happens to the rest. Professional success requires it." That's a quote by Gary Keller, but I just want to take it another level and say, professional success requires it, so does personal. So does your personal well-being. You cannot focus 100% on 10, 15, 20 different things. It is okay each and every day to wake up and think of the biggest task that you had to accomplish that day. And no matter what you do, you focus on that first and foremost. And then everything else comes second. Not everything is going to get done every single day. I am the queen of to-do lists. I have lists all over. I have lists posted on my computer in Post-it notes. I have lists in my planner. I have lists anywhere I can make lists. And it's really satisfying crossing things off. But I want to challenge you all, and I'd read or listened to a podcast. It's Mindset Mastery by Brad Bijak. And you know what? I haven't taken this advice. I was actually just thinking about it now, looking at all my Post-it notes. Instead of making like your to-do list of everything you have to do that day, why don't you at the end of each day write down 3 big things that you accomplished that day? Write down what you did do instead of everything that you have to do. We know what we have to do, right? But I find myself, especially lately, I'm taking on so much with my health and fitness coaching business, which that is my first priority, first and foremost. Because you know what I have learned with coaching and what I've learned about, my physical health, my emotional health, my mental health, that has transformed my life from the inside out. That is my first priority. But I have a lot of other roles and tasks I take on in life. But I've been kind of shoving that to the side or just kind of giving it the same effort as I have been everything else. And, when I was reading this morning, I was like, no, I cannot do that anymore. You have to take those things in life that are the most important to you and make them the most important and be okay with knowing that some things just aren't going to get done. And that's life. For me, I have to get my workout done in the morning. This morning I did, I have a crazy day. Like I just got back from a dog walk and I was thinking, I have all these thoughts running through my head. I just wanted to pop on a quick live in case anybody else is feeling this or maybe needs permission to say no to things. And then I was like, oh, Emily, you don't have time to do a live. You have this and this and this to do. And I said, you know what? I need to draw boundaries more and I need to learn to say no more. So I need to share it with all of you. But this morning I was going to do this 45-minute workout and I woke up and I was like, oh, you've got a lot to do today, Emily. And the thought crossed my mind, skip your workout. But I know that my workouts are my sanity. Of course I do it to be in good physical health and just feel good. I'm 37 and a half today. I'm no spring chicken. My health is so important. So what I love about the workouts I have is we have tons of options, all different time lengths. So there's this really awesome 18-minute lifting and HIIT workout. So I pressed play and I gave it my all for 18 minutes, took my boy out for a run, and I feel great. Like for me, I know my workouts are my sanity. I know getting my water in, that may sound stupid, but getting my water in each and every day affects my mood. It affects how I feel overall. Monday, I had an insane day and I don't even think I drank a glass of water, which is not me. I usually drink a gallon of water. And on top of sitting and staring at a computer all day and being overwhelmed and being stressed out, I was dehydrated and that just adds to it. So I know my workouts have to get done. I know my water has to get drunk. I know that I've got to take at least 10 minutes to read something that's going to fill my cup. Because again, if you don't take care of you first, then nothing else matters because you cannot give to everyone else until everyone says it, fill your own cup. But it's not like you have this little cup and you're like, all right, here's a little workout, here's a little reading, here's maybe a meditation or yoga or something like that. Or here's, dancing or listening to music, whatever fills your cup. Okay, my cup's full. I'm done for the day. I'm not giving anything else into me. No, don't look at it like that. Look at it as you have this big, giant vase or cup or container or bucket or whatever, and you're constantly adding to it. You're constantly filling your cup, drawing your boundaries, saying yes to the things that matter to you and that serve you, and saying no to things can even fill your cup. Drawing that line in the sand and saying you will not take on more than you can. And when you're constantly filling this bucket, imagine a 5-gallon bucket and you're constantly filling it, you're going to get to the point, right, where say the water gets to the top and what happens? It doesn't just stop. It starts spilling out. And you know what that is? Then you can spill out yourself to those that you love, to your work, to your school, to your business, to whatever it is. But you have to take care of yourself first. And a lot of that is learning how to say no, giving yourself permission to say no, drawing those boundaries when you need them. You have to do that. And y'all, I am saying this because I need to hear it. I need to hear it. And I just thought maybe somebody out there needed to hear it too. And just really quick about multitasking. All right. They did a study in Stanford in 2009, and that's a smart place, right? So that people who often multitask using several different forms of media are actually less effective. And think about it. How often do you check your Facebook, check your Instagram, do this, do that while you're working, while you're on a phone call, while you're driving, while you're grocery shopping, while you're watching the kids, while you're walking your dog, no matter what it is, okay? So we're constantly bombarded with media and trying to take on all these different things. But they have more trouble screening out non-essential information and switching between two different tasks. Their memory is also not as sharp as that of those who do not shift their attention while working. Multitasking slows down your progress, and pursuing several goals with equal importance assigned to each does the same thing. And I really like this. He talked about how, like, say you have 5 separate goals in life. You know, they could be some professional, some personal, no matter what they are. You have these different goals, and you just you're multitasking through each of those goals, right? You're half-assing, to be honest, all those goals. And maybe in a month you've moved one forward 10%. Maybe this one's 7%. Maybe this one 5%. Maybe this one 12%. Maybe this one 1% because you barely started on it because there's only so much time in the day and there's only one of you to get around. Now think if you just focus on that main thing first. Where could you be in a month? 20, 30, 40, 50% of your goal? And you know what? These will come. They'll come when you have time because when you complete this one, you can direct your attention to this one. But you cannot do that without saying no to things in life. And I know that is hard. I know, again, in the society we live in, it is busy, 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 busy. We have to be busy all the time. We have to load our plates with as many things as possible. The kids have to be in all the activities and you have to be constantly running them around and, you know, you have to do all these things. And you guys, I feel this and I'm not even a parent. I'm not a human parent because I got this boy. And yes, he takes a lot of work. Absolutely. But I admire all of you parents more than you'll ever know for what you do. So just know that. But when we were on our honeymoon, we went to St. Lucia and there was a lot of couples from Europe there. And we talked to this couple from the Netherlands a long time, and we talked to this couple from England a long time. And they were just telling us how, they asked us how long we were there, and we're like, oh, you know, I think we were there for like 8 or 9 days because we could only miss so much work, right? We got to get back to work. We can't, oh, heaven forbid, you take time out of your life to enjoy it. You work your ass off to get a little bit of PTO. You work your ass off to be able to pay your bills and to do things like vacation. But then the whole time you're on vacation, you're worried about work and you're like, what am I going to come back to? And they just told us, you know, it's so crazy talking to Americans and seeing their way of life. And they were talking about how, you know, so much of their, life is focused around holiday, that they call it, and I love that they call it that, but their work realizes the importance of unplugging and getting away and enjoying life. A lot of companies over there, when you start, they give you 6 weeks vacation. Are you kidding me? That's insane. And they want you to go take time away and recharge and unplug. And I think our country has a lot to learn from other countries because I don't know about y'all, but corporate America loves to pile more and more and more stuff on your plate to where you can't even breathe, to where you can't even take time for a workout for yourself, to where you can't even take 3 days off work without coming back and being completely buried and miserable and overwhelmed. That's a whole other topic, but I just wanted to pop in and say, you don't have to take on all the things. You don't have to be Superman or Superwoman because you know what? First of all, you already are. You already are. You're an amazing, incredible human being. I've talked before about like the odds of like you being who you are right here where you're at in this time on the planet is like 1 in 4 trillion. You are unique and special and amazing, and that is enough. You don't have to join every committee. You don't have to get every degree, every accolade, every promotion at work to be important. Because I guarantee you, if you talk to your kids, your spouse, your parents, your siblings, your best friends, you're enough just the way that you are, and you make a difference to them, and you are so important to them. So just know it is okay every day to wake up and think, this is the one thing I have to get done today, and if everything else doesn't get done on my to-do list, that's okay, because there's tomorrow, and there's the next day, and there's the next day. But I just want to challenge you all to focus on saying no to the things that don't serve you in life, on drawing boundaries, and just focusing on you, your mental, your emotional, and your physical health first and foremost, so you can best take care of those that you love around you, so you can be the best employee that you are. Just focus on you first and foremost, okay? Let me know. Y'all struggle with this too. Am I the only one that feels like I'm losing my mind most days? And I am really going to be intentional about drawing boundaries, focusing on one thing at a time instead of multitasking 8 different things at once. Because you know what? If you just take that one thing and you get it done and you don't answer that phone call, you don't answer that email right away, you don't answer that Facebook Messenger or check this person's stories, you focus on this one thing and then you move on to the next task and then the next and then the next. And you know what? Life will go on and you will be okay and you will probably have more peace of mind and feel more in control of your life and your time. Because at the end of the day, we have one life to live on this planet. Don't spend it running yourself into the ground for everybody else. Do it for you, okay? Focus on you first and foremost. The rest will come. Life is hard, right? Life is busy, but it's all about who you surround yourself with, what you fill your mind with. That's just so important. So if you're going through a tough time, if you're feeling these feelings, hang in there, friends. If you need to burn off some steam and some crazy like I have to every single day, reach out to me. I can totally hook you up with that. But have a beautiful, beautiful day. Love y'all. Thanks for being my friend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.